Tonight we're watching our most recent winner, Cale Skillings from Antrim, New Hampshire in the Unique Mechanical Services 95. He will be out there on the track with the 28 for Sammy Silva from Keene, the Monahan Trucking entry. And in the 21, another of our rookies, Chris Phelps from New Salem, Massachusetts in the Phelps Home Improvement entry tonight. They'll be in single file to start as they do all their events, as they learn how to do it. This is an 8-lapper. Kevin Asquith on the flag stand. Overseeing them are folks from Speedway Safety Services and Golden Cross Ambulance, providing safety equipment and ambulance service. A-plus towing, plus our infield crew, all ready for tonight's event as they come around watching for Kevin's green flag. And here it is. Our first qualifying of the night is underway. And Skillings quickly from the front will take them into turns 1 and 2. Sammy Silva has had his share of bad luck, and both weeks he's been out, the car has gotten wrecked a little bit, and so he'd probably like to get an entire race in without any damage. And his third time on the track. The same goes for Chris Phelps, who's now working to the inside. Don't make any contact. There you go. You guys are good. And back comes Sammy as they dice back and forth back there. Nice to have some competition between at least 2 of the cars on the track as they get used to it. Hang on, Chris. Turn 3 and 4 come up very quickly. Not a place you want to be if you're not really totally in control of your car. That's why they race in young guns, to get used to it before they start racing in some of the more advanced divisions here, so that they have some sense of what it's like. A lot of these kids have raced in go-karts or other types of motorsports before they step into these cars now, not like it was 40 years ago when they lied about their age and got into a car and raced in the top division right off the bat. Now they can get 5, 6, maybe even 7 years of racing under their belts before they even get into a young guns car at age 12. Past the halfway mark now as Skillings comes around to complete lap 5.
Pulled a little better than 3/4 of a lap on the other 2 guys too. Rolling along pretty well.
Sammy Silva now be getting the feel of the car a little bit better. Phelps coming back. It'll take them a while, but they'll have Cale Skillings breathing down their bumpers in a minute. Working lap 7 on the backstretch right now. And once again, Chris is up a little too high. Get off the gas. There you go. A trick in 3 and 4, and every driver who's new here finds it out, is you got to stay low in order to make it. So we're on the last lap with their leader as he comes up on his 2 competitors. He'll stay to the high side. This time Phelps does not wash up, and that'll run it down. Once the checkers comes out, technically it's over, although the guys probably want to try to compete it. Yellow light's on. Green is still on for the 28 and the 21, and we'll be done with Young Guns qualifying. Well, moving on, Sportsman Modifieds will start early qualifying because remember they have twin 25-lap features. Cameron Sontag, Keith Carzello, Matt Kimball, Cole Littlewood, and Andrew Moeller. Here they come. Green is out.
There they go.
On their way. On the outside, Rivette cranks it up. Leclerc staying with her. He's had some rough starts the first 2 races. Not really competitive tonight. He's looking pretty good. Everybody else behind him hoping for a break. Rivette this time gets some room on the outside. Down the backstretch, tows Carzello along with her. Leclerc in front. Rivette takes over the lead. Leclerc running second. Third is Carzello, followed by Sontag, Littlewood, and Kimball. Mahler at the back of the field. Rivette twitches a little bit off the corner, keeps it straight. Carzello's able to get by and move into second. Rivette, Carzello, Sontag finds some room on the high side. Leclerc keeping it low, protecting it, making him work outside. We're halfway. Sontag gets a good bite off of turn 4. He'll move to the outside and take over third. Cole Littlewood giving chase. Top 5 cars will make the immediate transfer to the start of the field. And moving into 5th now is Matt Kimball. It's Rivette, Carzello with 2 to go. Right behind them, Sontag. Rivette, Carzello, Sontag, Littlewood, and Kimball. Leclerc and Mahler. 1 to go. Working her way into turn 1 for the final time. Kim Rivette drops low, protects the inside. Carzello pulls up tight. They button it up real tight. Looks inside, off the corner. Rivette will take the win. Kim Rivette picks up the heat win. Keith Carzello second, third belongs to Cameron Sontag, 4th for Cole Littlewood. Matt Kimball is the 5th and final qualifier. Leclerc and Mahler will start behind the qualified cars. He's getting his first taste of the high banks. He'll learn to follow his former racing mate Brent Gagne around the racetrack as we come down for the green. Jarvenpah and Rollins take him down the backstretch. Jarvenpah has the edge. Chapin moves right up on his bumper. Off the corner they come. Jarvenpah, Chapin, Rollins, and Gagne working away off the corner now. Jarvenpah clearly in the lead. Field has settled down a little bit. Jarvenpah, Chapin, Rollins, Gagne, and Monahan. Then it's Bergente and Therian working to the halfway point here. Jarvenpah not getting a challenge. Rollins slips up a little bit. Here comes Gagne on the outside. Jeff Rollins keeping it low, but it looks like something just went wrong in the car. He's falling off the pace as Monahan works to the outside. Jarvenpah and Chapin, Gagne, Monahan, and Rollins. The 0-2 slowing somewhat. He's in 5th in the qualified spot. Maybe he's okay with that. Then Bergente and Therian. White flag coming up. Jarvenpah and Chapin pushing hard. Gagne, Monahan settled in together. Rollins continues to fade just a little bit. Bergente and Therian closing in on him. Here's the checkered flag, and it belongs to Tyler Jarvenpah. Jarvenpah over the 44 of Chapin. Third finisher is Brent Gagne. 4th belongs to Joel Monahan, and your 5th qualifier is the 0-2 of Jeff Rollins, with Bergente and Therian rounding out the field. Third round about to come out. Here they come. 8 laps, qualifier number 3. Sportsman mods for tonight's Twin 25s. And wheel to wheel they roll into the corner. Hang on, Chris. Gets on the binders, gets it back in gear. Takes a shortcut through the lawn. A funny sound coming out of Patnode's car as he lifts going into the corner. The track stays green as Ignacio has a little bit of a push going up into the corner. Byrne, Johnson, Patnode, Smith, Ignacio. Check that. Ignacio's dropped out of it, so it's Smith and Warren. Ignacio's car just not handling for him. He'll fire it up and catch to the back of the field. Ben Byrne hoping to pick up where he left off 3 weeks ago. That would mean winning both ends of tonight's Twin 25s. Plenty of other guys would like to beat Victor Lane. Gagne would like to repeat his opening day win, and there's a bunch of guys that haven't won for a while and would love to do it. Halfway through with this now. Byrne, Johnson, and Patno. Smith and Warren. Ignacio trailing. Waiting for 2 to go, and that's what we have. Ben Byrne, Nate Johnson, Todd Patno, Smith and Warren with Ignacio. White flag coming up, 1 to go. Everybody happy with their cars, not trying to push them too hard. Save them for the twin races later on. Hang on, Todd. Back end comes around on him, slides it down, challenges the light pole. And the checker comes out, so he'll just drive it across the infield, which is fortunately dried out some. A couple of weeks ago, that would have been a pond. And that takes the conclusion to this third Sportsman qualifier. Next on the program will be lightning stocks. And the Renault Brothers entry. The 07 from all the way up into the Claremont area, last night's winner in the Wildcats. That's Greg Millette. Millette in the 07, trying to get his way through the crowd already. Fusil's moving up on Leon. And in the 5, it's Sonia Carey. She's finished basic in AIT. She's back in town in the guard or reserves. Oh, 68. We were looking for the 68 of Matt Goffin, but he never got here. So Matthew's still working on the car. Fusil, and now Millette. Millette goes around with Hillary on the outside of Fusil. And then Silvernail pushing hard to stay in 4th. Kennison back to 5th. Sonia Carey running in 6th spot. Originally slated for 8 starters, so the 73 is also missing, and that's one of the guys from New London Waterford, Garrett Kuhn. Not able to get the car back out here for this, but there's a feature coming up.
Halfway.
Millette, winner last time, I believe, or at least top 3 last time. It was first time he was here. He hadn't raced this car here, and he's looking for a double up on the weekend now. Millette, Fusil, and Renault. Silvernail, Keniston, and Sonia Carey, with 2 others in the pits who may join us for the feature event tonight if their cars are ready to go. Now Hillary finds a little room on the outside of Fusil. Both of them pushing hard in the corner. And the 5 was sent out. They were having some issues with a leak in practice, and it looks like that continued to be the issue for Sonia. Hillary trying really hard to put away Fusil here as we come down to the checkered flag. It'll be Greg Millette with the win. On the outside, Hillary trying hard, but Fusil gets the 2nd spot. Renault goes 3rd. Silvernail and Kennison will round out the field. In the R&R Windows entry. Then the 67 for a newcomer. That's Matthew Girton from Southington, Connecticut. The Air Temp Mechanical Services Mustang. Devin Guy wastes no time putting the pedal to the metal and pulling away. Mayer moves into the second spot. McKnight third. Dirt tracking it off the corner is the 57 for Patrick Houle. Said the front end had a little chatter in it. He was hoping he got that straightened out. I think he raced last night and got wrecked as well. And then in the 67, it's Girton and the 50 Pitzinger. Louis Mayer challenging young Devin Guy. Mayer, a veteran of Enduros and mini stocks and lightning stocks. Devin moved out of the young guns to lightning stocks to mini stocks. And holding his own right now in this qualifier. Houle has managed to work his way into third spot and drives it hard into 3 and 4, gets a little bit of a bobble, but still manages to hold his line and try to track down your lead cars at the halfway point. Louis Mayer gets a good run out of turn 2 to get to the outside of Devin Guy. Devin just turns it down to the inside to keep him from going by and shuts the door. Louis staying with him, trying to set him up for a low pass coming off a 2, but doesn't get it to stick. And while they dice around, here comes Patrick Houle. Remember, they've got a 25-lap feature coming up later on, 2 laps to go. And another qualifier behind them for the mini stocks. Devin Guy, Louis Mayer duking it out here for the win. 1 lap to go. And Patrick Houle is closing in the meantime. They're busy looking ahead. They should be looking behind them just a little bit. Here comes Patrick. To the outside. Devin Guy drifts high a little bit off of 4, cuts it down, comes to the line, takes the win. Louis Mayer second. Patrick Houle comes on for third. Fourth belongs to Kevin McKnight. Then it's Matthew Girton in the 67. And rounding out the field, Kevin Pitzinger in the 50. In the 90, been here before, Desmond Skillings from Antrim. And on the outside in the 33, that will be Jared Curtis. Yeah, Jared has moved out. 1 win on lightning stocks, and he's in a mini stock now. Marsh, Curtis, Alexander, Jacobs, and Desmond Skillings. Skillings has had some time on the track, both in this division and in the Northeast Mini Stock Tour. The field gets lined up now as they work lap 2. On to lap 3, up front still, Ethan Marsh. Chase Curtis running second. Alexander Pearl, Desmond Skillings, Darren Jacobs, and Jared Curtis. Look out! And around comes Alexander Pearl. Pearl spins, brings out the caution, and Skillings either didn't see it coming or helped it come along and didn't let off. We'll see. Here they come, restart, lap 4. Once again, Ethan Marsh jumps on it, takes it hard into turn 2. In pursuit now, Darren Jacobs. Jacobs into second, Chase Curtis third. Alexander up to fourth already with Skillings, and Jared Curtis is back there in the 6th spot. Skillings tried to get inside Alexander again. This time he let him go, didn't try to force it. Ethan Marsh leads him at the 5-lap mark. Darren Jacobs running second now. Then Pearl, Skillings, and Curtis. Remember, this is a 25-lap main event coming up. This is just the qualifying. Coming around to take the white flag. And I believe that the car that Ethan Marsh is driving is the former Solomon Bro Championship car from last year. So it was pretty good from the start, and that should make Ethan feel good because his other car just wouldn't turn when he needed it to, and it pays off. He gets the victory. Ethan Marsh on top, Darren Jacobs, Alexander Pearl, Desmond Skillings, and Chase Curtis, along with Jared Curtis, rounding it out the field. Carlo for Mikey McGoldrick Jr. Here they come, 8 laps of qualifying, and Cole Littlewood's on the gas right away. Littlewood and Muni, then Beck. Solomon Bro charges up the inside. Right behind him, his team car from the Monahan team. Up against the wall is Beck. Look out! He makes contact with Pomasco, and they slide down to the entrance of pit road, bring out the caution. Eric drives by the grandstands to have people check the car, make sure it's okay. While we have a slowdown in the action, don't forget our 50-50 raffle. The flag stand or pick something up, I'm not sure which. But here they come for the restart on their way. Cole Littlewood again with Nancy Muni. Solomon Bro trying to slip up the inside. Bro slides right alongside Nancy Muni, gets it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Leary almost tried to go 3 deep. It's Littlewood leading them. Bro, Leary, Muni, and Monahan. Monahan gets inside Muni, trying for 4th place. Mikey McGoldrick has moved into 6th, ahead of Justin Littlewood, Eric Pomasco, and Scott Beck. Now the field sorts out a little bit more. They have a 25-lap feature coming up later tonight as well, as one of our Whelen All-American Racing Series NASCAR divisions. 5 in the books as Cole Littlewood takes him across the stripe. Littlewood and Bro. Littlewood a sophomore in this division. Bro a rookie. Leary just missed out on the point championship last year. Had some bad luck in the last race of the year. Monahan is your defending champion. Nancy Muni, probably the veteran among all of them in this class. 1 lap to go. The battle is going to be back between the 1 of Pomasco, 71 of Pomasco, and the 1 of Mikey McGoldrick. Meanwhile, here's the checkered flag. Cole Littlewood wheels it off turn 4, takes the win ahead of Bro, Leary, Monahan, and Muni. Then it'll be McGoldrick, Pomasco, Littlewood, and Beck. So Cole Littlewood takes down the win. That'll be it for qualifying for the Superstocks. Green is out. Not able to start was the 28 of Craig Chafee. He was working on something down there in the pits that looked pretty intricate to me. But it all looks intricate to me. Kozaka up a little bit high in front of Clark. Nowatkowski couldn't take advantage of that high ride. Stays low. Richard Vincent, Kozaka, and Nowatkowski. Clark, then Stan, and Michelle Lay. Little smoke coming off the back of the 61. Does not look good for him, and he can see that as he heads for the pits. Doesn't look like he trailed any fluid, but something on the gauges tells him it's wrong, or the guys on the headset told him to get off the track, one or the other. So it's Vincent, Kozaka, and Nowatkowski with Clark and Lay. Somebody's engine popped just then. Not a good sign. Two to go. 2 laps for your leader, Richard Vincent. On the last lap here, white flag put away. Checkered flag is in his hand. Here he comes. Your winner, Richard Vincent. Kozaka and Nowitkowski, your top 3, with Clark and Lay finishing the top 5. That'll be it for this round of qualifying.